Alan, Swamath, how are we doing? World Sim Series hourly MX5 Cup race, Season 1, Race 2. Right, so this is a new track. I didn't have very much time to practice on it. I basically went out, got blinded by the sun for a bit, turned down the sun options so I could see, and then it went straight into practice. I sort of set a time. I didn't really set a time. I just sort of went around the track and had a look at it to try and get a feeling of how I was actually going to perform. There was a good number of competitors in this one. I was enjoying that. Like, it was even people that are in teams and everything. In qualies, so Jean-Philippe Castor, something like that, 229, we 240, 11 seconds off the pace. Well, 10.5. Rubbish. I didn't know the track at all, but I do 3 races on this track, so I get faster. Jean-Philippe Castor is very high up. Sergio Torrent, also I believe I saw him very high up the rankings, top 10 kind of places. The others, absolutely no idea. Haven't looked at them. Anyway, here comes a race. And off we go. Oh, this is much better than racing 2x2, man. Oh, there was another one that I didn't realise was there. Oh, there's another one behind us as well, Jesus. Does that count as my incident? Being able to see the other cars go ahead, letting me know where the track goes, is very, very, very useful. Fucking hellfire, really. Meow. That was the third. Oh, I just don't know the track. You fucking idiots. Fuck. Oh. VR decided to move its position for me. I fucking hate this track, mate. It's doing my head in. Where is where? Right, that's the fucking sharp corner going into mad straight. A little bit faster, I think. always fucking leads me out. Leads me in. Ooh. Well, not coming last would be a good thing, but I still need to get 9th. I reckon I'll probably do that in 3rd, to be honest with you. Yeah, I think 3rd is better for that one. And maybe 4th for this one. Now 3rd. God, he's crashed again, the fucking cretin. So, there are things that get said in the cockpit, which are said in heat of the moment and without any knowledge. I retract pretty much every criticism I had for those races in that race. T1 pretty much was my fault, as far as I can see. While someone possibly could have given me more room, they wouldn't have been able to without me being a careering boulder of an arsehole anyway and getting in the way. So me spinning there, that was my fault. I went into that corner a little bit too hot. It wasn't really too hot, but it was a little bit too hot. In the one where the guy came across, there was that fast sweeping corner after the finish line. We dived to the left of that car that was not going very quickly at all, and the other car slid across and crashed into us there. Very well, you could say that their awareness wasn't completely on the ball for exactly where I would have been, but they probably wouldn't have expected me to actually have caught up with them as much as I did. And if they're only playing on one screen, then they probably didn't see me until the last minute. At least I'd prefer to think of it like that. So I retract that criticism. And the fact that a number of people tangled in that race and, they came out of it okay. I don't know what happened in the crashes that time where I passed that guy that has just crashed just before the end. I don't know why he crashed. He could have been crashed into. He could have spun. I don't know. So even though I'm going to take those frustrations into the next two races, because I'll just stay in the seat and race 3 races on the trot, I would like to retract any criticisms. Anywho, I don't think I did actually that badly in that race. I span a bit, and considering I didn't know the track, I spun less than I thought I would. Anyway, so my fastest, 2:34. It was actually my last lap. As you can see, I was getting faster all along. Ending around about a minute behind the leader is kind of embarrassing. But, they were still 5 seconds faster than me in the race there. I was improving. I was catching up with, and I would like to think that I was more competitive. At the beginning, when I'm following that guy around, it's because I've no idea what the overtaking kind of manoeuvres are possible or like in that environment. So I didn't go for any that I couldn't see were absolutely guaranteed. One guy actually took a pit stop in that. I can't remember who it was, but one guy took a pit stop, presumably because he got damaged from so many people being in instances. I only had one incident that you could call my fault. That was at T1, and even then it was kind of nebulous as to whether or not it was my fault, but apparently I got 5 incidences, -5. It's just something you got to take on, Jim. So I think if I'm just ahead of the crowd enough, and I'm able to stay clean, I will stay cleaner and cleaner and cleaner. There's that guy on 1600, that guy on 1600, because they've been doing a lot of racing, but because also they're out at the front all the time, and they don't get tangled up with the midfield, and the midfield is where all the incidents happen. People are more competitive and argue a bit more. Anywho, 2 points for coming 9th. I'm very glad I came 9th, and very glad that I actually got some points out of that. Otherwise, I'd have been kind of disappointed. Anyway, right. There's 2 more of these running episode on episode, so we'll get straight into them in a bit.